Thanks so much. Delighted to be here. How you
So
doing?
you were complimenting my mustache.
I
Do
was.
go on.
Oh yeah, I was just saying it's ample, and it's fulsome, and it's resplendent. I can continue, but I think three is good.
That's
Yeah.
good.
No, it's full-bodied. Yeah,
Yeah,
cool.
I all right. So I started growing a mustache, or also not just a mustache, but like a beard at the start of coronavirus. It's been a rocky journey because I've always wanted to do it, but at the same time I knew I couldn't grow like a super thick, awesome looking beard, and so I would always give up when it got kind of ugly. And I think it's okay. It's definitely patchy and stuff, but basically I'm going for a beard comb over. So if I can grow that out, I'll just push that over.
Yeah,
Anyway,
most beards start out looking bad, and then they continue looking bad, and then they end looking bad. So hey, kudos to you, man, for
thank
making the
you.
turn. Yeah, you really brought it home.
My wife like won't doesn't kiss me anymore. She's trying, like we kind of get intimate and she starts kissing me and she can't do it. I'm like, I still think it's worth keeping the beard. Sorry, babe.
Yeah, I think it's the Capuchin friars have something about beards in their legislation, and I think the reason for which it's like because they're supposed to be austere and manly and ugly, right? So there's a logic to beards, but you look at them long enough and you're like, actually, this is pretty sweet.
No, for sure, for sure. I was actually with the Friars of the Renewal in England doing a discernment kind of weekend, and while I was there, we were out traveling on the trains doing evangelization. And that was one of the things this very honest and humble brother, I won't say his name, said to me, because we were out there and we kind of bumped into this lady, and it seemed like they got into a conversation and she was very attractive. And his point was just that. It's like, yeah, like this really helps. Like looking like this, wearing this, it really does help. And what's funny though is I did like a thing on my Patreon. I asked people, do you like the beard or not the beard? Pretty much all of the women were like, please shave it off. It's disgusting. All of the men were like, yes, don't stop. So I think women are just jealous that they can't do it.
Wow, bold statement.
Yeah.
I also think that there's like, you form a kind of attachment to it because, all right, so before I entered the order, I would look at the friars who had white socks and I would be like, that looks ridiculous.
I've thought that.
Yeah, you look at these guys and they got black shoes and white socks and you're like, that's real bad. That's devastating. But then you enter and the expectation is that you wear white socks. And then all of a sudden, when anyone does anything otherwise, you're like, that guy over there, really silly looking, unbelievable. So yeah, it's once you start abiding in beard culture, to not have a beard would be detestable.
You need to start like a Dominican irony website where you just mock that friar who wears black socks and black shoes or something.
I mean, by contemporary standards, they look far more normal than I. But because I've been swimming in this very strange ocean, I've learned to breathe this particular type of
No, I know exactly what you mean. It's so funny. We have to realize that too, like as Catholics, right? Because I think sometimes we Catholics think all I need to do is expose my Protestant friend to the majesty of the Latin Mass, and they'll be swept off their feet. And sometimes that just isn't what happens. Like they might be able to appreciate the beauty of it, but for them, they just might be like, "This is really weird." And just like you say, it's because we've been swimming in it for so long that we've learned to appreciate it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure. Random thought. There's an essay by David Foster Wallace called "This Is Water." I don't remember what exactly is in it, but he gave it as a commencement address, I think, for the graduates of Kenyon College, and it's really good on it. I mean, it's like 15 minutes long. It's a commencement address, but he basically opens your eyes to what you're swimming in. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching this clip. You can click here to watch the full episode. And I want to say a big thanks to our sponsors and to our amazing patrons for making all of this possible. Please do us a favor before you go. Click that subscribe button and then the bell. And that way YouTube will be forced to let you know every time we put out a new episode.